So, as I record this, the WNBA preseason is already underway, and today is the Atlanta Dream's first preseason game. It's probably already over by the time I record this. It'll probably be long over by the time I end up getting this uploaded, but nevertheless, in a week and a half, the regular season begins. A new season is always a joyous occasion for any fan of any sport, of any league, and I cannot wait for the new WNBA season. Not just because it promises to be one of the best ever, but because this is the second year in a row that I will be doing what I call DFR, Dream Fan Reaction. For those of you that are new to my channel, let me explain. Basically, after every single Atlanta Dream game, I will do a recap video and just pretty much give my thoughts on the game. But how did I come up with this weird-ass idea? Well, it all started with this gentleman, Steve Dangle. For the last 16 years, he's been doing this very same thing for his favorite team, the NHL's Toronto Maple Leafs. It's the main attraction of his channel, and he's actually inspired several others to do the same for their own favorite teams. Now, I would love to do that for my St. Louis Blues, but someone already beat me to it, and he does a far better job of it than I ever could. And I don't think I could do this 82 times a year anyway. Now, this raises two more questions. First off, I do not have Steve's energy. So why am I copying his format when I am nowhere near as loud and brash as he is? Well, what I lack in those areas, I make up for with the same love and devotion for the Atlanta Dream that he does for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Instead, I chose the approach of the hockey guy here. He's more general than Steve, talking about league-wide news, game recaps of every team, things of that nature, and I do try to be generally welcoming for fans of all 12 teams, not just Atlanta. I'm basically using Steve's format with Hockey Guy's presentation style, minus the whiteboard. I really want a whiteboard though, but I don't want to come off as completely ripping off somebody else's gimmick. But, you know, maybe he wouldn't be all that upset at it. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? And he seems pretty laid back anyway, so he'd probably appreciate it. Now, the second question is, since the WNBA is far less popular than the NBA, NHL, or any other sports league, why am I devoting so much time and energy to it when so few people will ever see it? Well, believe it or not, WNBA fans are actually well aware that this league is not very popular. Yes, it's true. When you pull the, oh, nobody cares because low ratings card, yeah, we know, we're aware. Not that we watch only for ratings anyway, we're just trying to watch good basketball. I think that's the difference between us and them, but nevertheless, the W is more popular than it's ever been, but it still has a long way to go. It's more of a niche than the NBA is, I think, which you wouldn't think would be a reason to be in favor of a channel like this, but it's exactly that. What I'm trying to do here is try to be a more positive force for fans of the league on this platform. If you search for the WNBA on YouTube, you get a lot of negativity, and I mean a lot of negativity, and sometimes just downright hate. See titles like, oh, watching WNBA highlights until I'm impressed. The league is a joke because of XYZ. The WNBA should fold because of reasons I just kind of pulled out of my ass. You name it, somebody out there has decided that they have nothing better to do with their time than make an entire video about something they don't like because for some reason hating things is some people's entire personality. Which I never really understood. I mean, if you don't like something, why bother? People make entire YouTube channels or Twitter accounts just dedicated to hating things. But I'm getting a little off topic here. This league and women's sports in general seem to be some of the biggest targets for hate, but it doesn't have to be. Bringing positivity to this league is just as big a reason for me doing this than just showing love for my team. I fell in love with this team and this league in 2009, and I have never looked back. And there are fans out there who feel exactly the same, whether they're relatively new fans or maybe they've been fans from day one. Basically, if my videos put a smile on one fan's face or made one WNBA fan not feel so bad about liking this league, as far as I'm concerned, I've done my job. So there you have it, more or less, what I do on this channel and why I do it. I hope you like it enough to stick around, and if anybody watching this knows of anybody else who talks about the W, or maybe you yourself do something similar, whether it's one team or just the league in general or women's basketball in general, tell me about it. Put it in the comments. I want WNBA fans to know that there are more of us out there, and I will gladly shout them out if you tell me about them. Hey, we fans got to stick together, right? The new season begins Friday, May 19th, and the Dream's first game is the next day, Saturday, May 20th. Now, a lot of these games I won't get the recap up until several hours after the game because, well, sometimes I work late, but it always goes up, I promise you that much. I did it for every game last season, and I'll do it again. And when I do, I hope I'll see you then.